That's what we like.
Right, yeah. All right, so yeah, shalom. Shalom Israel, shalom Yahweh, Shema Shabbat to my brothers, and to my sisters, shalom Yahweh, Shema, and a thun by Shemi Shai. All right, I'm Priest Officer Galawan here in Trinidad, and this is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commandant General Yahanna. Right, since 1969, we have been teaching as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. All right, and just I'll cyber, we are not affiliated with no other groups that claim to be Israelites. We are not affiliated with them. If it is not under the I.S.U.P.K, it is not the truth. They don't have the truth. They are just Christian. Alright, so today we're just going to talk a little bit about Venezuela, America, and you know the leading up to the last year or the build up to World War III. You understand? I know some people go they say that the Bible not real, you know, the Bible is a fake book. They hearing Christ coming 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I mean, well, the reason you hearing that Christ was coming 40 and 50 years ago, you should be glad that Christ gave you a next chance to change your life. You understand? You should be glad that what the grace is about. The grace is just a time period that Christ gave us to change our lives. And you all should be glad that all of us saying that years ago. Because the day when Christ returned, the day that the Lord saying, what? Come, return now. That is a day of darkness, destruction, disaster. You and all might have said, you know what? But I didn't really wish for this to happen, yes? Right. But when that day come, it ain't going to be a nice, pleasant day. All I might have said, yeah, boy, I shall continue waiting, yes, boy. Yes, and so you should be glad that Christ didn't come that 40 years that he was saying it or whatever. He gained a time period to change your life. Even other people who born, so they are not going to change their life and come into the truth. So when he really returns, the men of the law will be saved. You understand? So I think I'm going to send them in the chat there, right? So the chat, let me see. Yeah, the first one I'm going to talk about the oil style. Venezuela. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
From the New York Times, oil-starved Venezuela celebrates arrival of tankers from Iran.
Imagine first thing so hard, Venezuela had to celebrate that they get gas from Iran. Things so hard with them, America, with the sanctions that America put on Venezuela to make Venezuela run to the ground so much. Venezuela had to celebrate. You know, so they get a little ease. They get some gas so they could do a little transport and drive from here to there. Doctors could go to work now because before the gas, they didn't have gasoline. So some doctors couldn't transport to go to the hospitals to see about the COVID patients and so things were so hard. The gasoline come, it was like, you know, they see a light then, the relief, you know, a little stress come over them. So they had to celebrate. That's sad. Yes, and so yeah, go ahead, swap.
The shipment represents a deepening of ties between two pariah states that are both under U.S. sanctions.
Yeah, go from the
oil tanker.
Yeah, good.
An oil tanker called Fortune has sailed into Venezuela from Iran. The first of 5 ships expected to arrive in a nation so starved of gasoline that the docking of a single tanker was hailed on Monday by government officials as victory.
Right, so on Monday this tanker had come in, and this tanker was from Iran. Right, those two countries have sanctions on America. Right, we all know that the Venezuelans is the tribe of I.S.U.P.K in the Bible. Right, I.S.U.P.K is from Colombia to Uruguay. Right, and Venezuela is within that the tribe of I.S.U.P.K. Right, so the tribe of I.S.U.P.K are going through hard times right now because of the sanctions that America put on it. And of course, America like to tarnish people's characteristics. So when America comes to you, they could take you out with the military. So America again trying to tarnish President Maduro's reputation or his character. Right? Saying he's a drug dealer, he'll sell drugs, killing how much people dying off of the drug trade that he's doing. Right? Of course, that is not true, right? There's white people. Right? White people is the devils, our Christ saying in the Bible. Christ said, "You are of your father the devil."
Right.
Right? Christ called white people the devil. When you look into the Greek, because that was in the New Testament, right? When Christ evolutionized everything to make us understand the Bible. That's what Christ came to do. He came to make us understand the Bible that we didn't know. You understand? So before we used to call in the world we used to call the Most High, Lord or God. Right? Those are the names that we will call it. Christ came and he evolutionized it. Christ understood the Bible. He said, this man here, he's our father. God, he is our father. So Christ had to call him Father. You understand? In the New Testament. You understand? Christ also understood the so-called white man Esau in the Bible. And the white man, he's a devil. So when you look up in the Greek, it is diabolo. It means a slanderer or a deceiver. That's what the word devil means. A slanderer or a deceiver. And the one race that deceived this whole earth, you understand, the only race that deceived this whole entire earth is the so-called white man.
Right.
You understand? So he is the devil that the Bible speaks about. That's what Christ called him. You understand? So yeah, go ahead.
The move represented a deepening of economic relations between Venezuela and Iran, two pariah states run by authoritarian leaders subject to punishing sanctions by the United States government. Representative of both nations cast the transaction as a sign of strength.
Right.
Thanks, Iran. Venezuela leader Nicolas Maduro tweeted on Sunday.
Alright, so you can get the next article I'll post up there. Alright, so imagine that the tribe of I.S.U.P.K or Nicolas Maduro, and he had to tell these heathens now, thanks Iran. And he had to tell these heathens and them thanks because of the sanctions that America put on them. You understand? But no sweat, all that is just a leading up to the Third World War. All that is just a leading up to the Third World War. That is where it is leading up to. You understand? This World War III leading up to. The Bible prophesies all of that. World War III. You understand? The Bible even prophesies World War II and World War I. You understand? That's what the scriptures also prophesy. Right? And they say World War III is the last destruction on the face of the earth. Now after World War III, think about no more destruction like that. You understand? So yeah, the next article. So as you say, even though what's going on in the States right now, you understand, with all this rioting and looting, you understand now, I understand blacks, Hispanics, and the native Indians' frustration. Is years the white man abusing me, killing me, lynching me, raping, robbing, you know, and doing murders, passing laws, you know, and to make what he doing seems right. You know, and he bombing up Black Wall Street. You know, and nothing has happened to him. I understand the frustration. Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, now George Floyd. Slavery ain't done yet. Slavery is just the evolutionized slavery. But it's the same type of oppression for one race alone. Some people will say the East Indians and them does go through hard times. Some people will say the Chinese does go through hard times. Or the Africans does go through hard times. They never been through hard times. If they could step in their foot, the foot in our shoes, they would understand what is hard times. Because all the races on the face of the earth does oppress blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. You understand? The Hispanics was in slavery too, just as black people that came up with slave ships. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, these are the races that was in slavery. And you know why the white man call us different names? You understand? To make us feel that we are different people. We are not different people, we are the same people. You understand? We are the same people. That is why we have the 12 tribes chart to show that it's only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who is oppressed and who is black people on the face of the earth. You understand? People in Africa, them not black. You understand? Them just dark skin in complexion. But we who just go through the suffering by the hands of the white man and the other races, because not just the white man alone does oppress you, the other races are oppressed you too.
Right.
You understand? We alone going through suffering. We alone are black. Black just means the suffering that we just go through. That way basically mean. When you read the Bible, we was black because of the oppression that we was going through. No other race on the face of they going through oppression. And right now, those white people there in the States fighting off our pain and off our oppression. You know, so the I.S.U.P.K under Commandant General GEN.YAHANNA, we don't condone rioting and looting. We don't condone it.
Right.
You know, so it's wrong. You shouldn't be rioting and looting. What you should be doing is getting in class and learning how to keep the laws of the Most High. You know, right. That is how it does riot and loot. By getting in class and learning the scriptures. If you want to riot, that is how it does riot. Open up the Bible. When the prophets and them teaching in class, you learn. That is rioting. Riot in the Bible. Loot in the Bible. You understand? That is what we just say. Come and learn the laws of the Bible. That is what you should be doing because it's years now. Since in slavery, when the white man was whipping you, he was rioting and damaging properties and things. He was doing all of that. And nothing come out of it. You try even peace walking like Martin Luther King, nothing come out of it. You understand? Right now, we rioting and looting. And the white man joining me just to fit their own agenda. And it's the white races who are burning down the police station.
That's right.
It's the white people who are doing all those spraying up on the wall. As we saw in our video there's some white person spraying up on the wall saying Black Lives Matter. The black girl had to tell him, man, hey, you're a white person, what are you doing that for? You making me look bad. You understand? So the white man, he really is the devil like the Bible speaks about. It ain't no way to twist it and say it. You understand? And his words, as the scriptures say, we're going to get into it, is smoother than butter. You understand? It's the white man who burning down them police station. If you see a hospital burning down too, it's the white man do it. You understand? Anything you see is the white man do it. Don't blame black people. You understand? But the white man again, he using off our pain and anger and hurt to fit his own agenda. Look at what going on now with the statistics. They say 49% of white people had the coronavirus now in the States. You understand? But all this is just leading up to the Third World War.
That's right.
Now all this is just leading up to the Third World War. What blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to do when all see white people in them protests, or they're supposed to stand up and say, you don't join this protest, white man. Or better yet, lead them, they let them protest. You come in the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA and learn how to unleash the anger and frustration.
Right.
So and all you have to do is just keep the laws of the Bible and trust me. But once you could do that quicker, Christ is going to crack through the skies more quicker. He will come through the skies faster. Once all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who was oppressed by white people come together, Christ will come down from the sky. You understand? He will come quicker. You understand? He will come quicker and faster. That's the only way. We tried all sorts of things. Over the years, we tried it all how. We tried Martin Luther King way. We tried Malcolm X way. We tried everybody way, but it failed. Then we tried the I.S.U.P.K now, under command of GEN.YAHANNA. And I could say since the years that I've been in the school, it's working. It ain't feeling, it's working. You understand? We all was Christians and Muslims and Buddhists and wherever other religion it was. And all of that failed. You understand? Black people still separating from black people. We still believe the Hispanics is another race. All of that failed. But once you come in here, you see a type of brotherhood. You see a type of sisterhood. You understand? And here is the truth. So all black people who's rioting and protesting now, just come in the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA. It don't matter what religion they believe. If you're a Muslim, a Christian, it don't matter what religion is. Now is the time for us to come together. And only the I.S.U.P.K, we go find out how to solve the problems of black people.
Right.
Only the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? So all that stop that protesting, stop letting white people use all the protests to fit them agenda. That is all going on right now. White people is using all the protests to fit them agenda and making black people look bad. So let's stop protesting. You understand? You get the article? So, yeah, good.
UK court must decide which leader to recognize in Venezuela gold case.
Right, so the UK right now, right? The UK right now, they're trying to see who, because remember before, as I bring up in the other class, Maduro or Venezuela, as they're trying to say it now, the country Venezuela, right, or the government's money, they have gold in the Bank of England. And Maduro trying to get back the gold in the Bank of England, but of course the sanctions that America put on Maduro, Donald Trump told the Bank of England to do not release the money to Nicolas Maduro. Right, so that is what going on there right now. So the Bank of England is saying they want to know who they should give the money to, because the Bank of England looking at Maduro as he rigged the election, and they're looking at Guaido as the man who is the president.
Right.
So what they're claiming now is they don't know who to give the money to. So that is what the Bank of England issues now. You understand? So go ahead. So
a court in London has said that it will need to decide which of Venezuela's dueling political factions to recognize before ruling on President Nicolas Maduro's request for the Bank of England to hand over gold the country has in its vaults.
Right, so they want to know the money that the countries have in its vaults. They want to know who to give it to. Right, I believe that is 1 billion US in gold, 1 billion US in gold that the Bank of England have for Venezuela. Go ahead.
For decades, Venezuela has stored gold that makes up part of its central bank reserve in vaults of foreign financial institutions, including the Bank of England.
Right, so for years, Venezuela doing that. For years, has given the Bank of England the gold to hold for them. Right? It is not now they're doing it, it's years they're doing it. But of course, with the sanctions that America put on Venezuela, that is what going on, that is what had the Venezuela in the crisis that they know. Not because nobody rigged the election, right? That's a lie. Nobody rigged the election. It's the sanctions, what America put on Venezuela is what have Venezuela in this crisis right now, right? And that is the mark of the beast, right? The white man, that is the mark of the beast. The white man's philosophy is democracy, the sanctions, his embargo. That is the mark of the beast, right? Tamo? Yeah, go ahead.
Which provides gold custodian service to developing countries. But since 2018, the bank has refused to transfer the funds to Maduro's government, which Britain does not recognize.
Go ahead, Tamo?
Yeah, I just want to just ask with this part, you know, if I could just touch on it too, because you know, they say which provides gold custodian services to developing countries. So Venezuela, like how the had the reserve in England, and this is where it is used now to develop or aid other countries as well now. See that you know there is the biggest oil reserve in the world. They know, you know, banking their gold in England now, and they know using it as aid for other countries, just like how they are in need of aid right now. That is what they were, you know, storing the gold there in England, using it more or less.
So England using it to help other countries.
Venezuela helping other countries, but not in return, now they looking back for that help.
And they ain't getting the support.
And they're not
right?
getting the support.
Yeah, so that is
saying,
that is just how that is how the mark of the beast does work. You understand?
So they be nice to all the oppressors, to the oppressor,
right.
And in return now looking for that favor now. They're not getting that favor in return.
Right. So you understand? So Venezuela helping the heathens and them helping white people, all those people, countries.
Right.
Now they're looking back for help in return.
Right.
They can't do that.
Right.
Right? Because as they say, since 2018, them feel Maduro rigged the elections. Right? Of course he rigged the elections, but our white people say that our Trump administration saying because he wants to control the oil and gas in Venezuela. And because Nicolas Maduro he can't control Maduro. He can control Guaido. You understand? He can't control Maduro. He put sanctions on it.
Right.
You understand? To force his hand to either leave or say, alright, America, I go support, I go get what you want. I go be a puppet. You understand? So that is what's going on here right now. So you can imagine that that is just the mark of the beast. Embargoes. You know, some big countries, small countries as well, saying the mark of the beast. Not a chip. If a chip was the mark of the beast, it would have been easy to destroy. You know, but it's the person who created that chip. It's the so-called white man. That is the mark of the beast. You know, so yeah, it's a more. Let me see it now.
Earlier this month, Venezuela's central bank made a legal claim to try to force the bank to release 930 million euros, which is equivalent to 103 billion in gold to fund Venezuela coronavirus. The government say it has dealt with the UN development program to administer the funds.
Right, so it's 930 million euros. 930 million euros right there that the Bank of England have in gold for Nicolas Maduro. Right, 930 million euros the Bank of England have for Nicolas Maduro, and they don't want to give him it. You understand? Because of the sanctions, and of course he wanted because Venezuela in a crisis, especially the COVID-19. They're in a crisis right now. You understand? So Venezuela need it right now, but they ain't getting them that sanctions, the mark of the beast. You understand? Now you saying the mark of the beast, it can't be a cheat.
Right.
The mark of the beast can never be a cheat. You understand? Because the white man, his democracy is sanctioned. his embargoes. That is the mark of the beast. You understand? So give me Zephaniah 2 and Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Right? So imagine he put gold, Maduro put gold in the Bank of England. You understand? That is why he learned as a snow, he learned that he can't trust white people. Right? I believe that was in an article in 2019. He said, don't trust the gringo. Right? The gringo. But he learned as a snow, he can't trust white people. You understand? So imagine he had to actually go now to try to get back his money, to fight. If it's to go to the court to get back his own money. You understand? Yeah, I'm so
and again, and just like again how the article reading as well now, seeing that they had to go through the UN, and they as you say, the UN, as I say, is a governing body now. They support countries that in aid and need, and Nicolas Maduro now was, as you say, sending all that gold now, and they using it now through the UN. So now, in order to recognize, to get aid to the country, the UN must recognize Nicolas Maduro.
Right. So they must recognize him in order for him to get the money.
That is why you're going through the UN, because in order for you to get fund to the country, the UN must recognize that the country in aid and need, any country, because that's what it is do as a governing body, to support any country in aid and need during any crisis, taking place throughout the world.
You understand? But of course, the world power go is it say something?
Like when you check something, like people are, imagine you give somebody something for you give somebody something like normal thing in the world, and you give somebody something to hold sometimes, in the world they go give back. You tell the person, hey, I could do my thing now, one thing I give back, but what's going on in there? They show the wickedness of them, the white man itself now, man. If you have something now, you can't give back your own thing, you give them.
Yeah, that's just
like bullying.
Yeah. Now that what the white man do, he just bully countries, and that is why John Kerry in 2013, as I brought up before, he had done away with the Monroe Doctrine. Right, the Monroe Doctrine was just a way that other countries, in the East, Europe, could not come into the Western side of the world to inveigle with the Western side matters. So only America could have come into the Western side of the earth. That's what the Monroe Doctrine was really about. Only America could have come into the Western side of the earth and interfere with people's internal matter. When John Kerry done away with that in 2013, it was a way that America now they don't have no rights now to go into other people's countries and deal with their internal affairs. So if what they're saying is true, Nicolas Maduro rigged the election, that shouldn't make them put no sanctions on the country. You understand? Because the Monroe Doctrine done away with. You understand? So now how Iran bringing the tankers to Venezuela, Donald Trump saying he wants to invoke the Monroe Doctrine. Yes, and you want to try to bring it back or put it in place again, so that the people on the east side of the world, right, like Iran, from that east side, can't come and bring the tankers again to Venezuela. Right, so all our gonna just build up to World War III. All our gonna just build up to World War III.
Right.
All that is all going on. You understand? So yeah, you should tell it.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, so the prophet Zephaniah is saying, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. When you look at the pains, the suffering, the anger that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians go through, no other races go through that, those kind of pain and suffering. You understand? When you look at all the murders and bloodshed that is take place on youth, it's only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who just go through that murder and bloodshed on the face of youth. Because why? We is a nation that is not desired. All the other races on the face of youth, they don't love black people, they don't love the Hispanics, they don't love the Native Indian. All they want to do is just to use us. Because they know we're the salt of the earth. So all they want to do is just to, alright, he could play basketball good, he could play football good. Alright, he could sing good, this one could sing good, she could dance good. They could use us now. You understand, as puppets. But they don't really mean nothing by it. Not because they're talking to you or a white lawyer take you out of prison means there's a good white person or there's a good East Indian. You understand? The Lord has judged people by the race, not an individual, the race. Your race committed a crime, the Lord is going to repay you. Recompense upon your head. So right now, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, now is the time for us to come together. Come into the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? All those blacks, Hispanics, people who's protesting right now. You understand? I know all of them protesting right now. We understand all the frustration, we understand all the hurt. We don't condone the rioting and looting. You understand? The rioting and looting is wrong. We don't condone it. We understand, though, we understand. But the best way to get at the white man is to come into the I.S.U.P.K. and learn the laws of the Bible. You understand? And the Bible is not Christianity. It's not we should all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. The Bible is not about that. The Bible is about one race of people who rule in the earth. And that one race is black people. Yes, Shah, you going to say something?
Yeah, and that way now saying when coming to these sports and thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like this and also, right? So when you tell people how the devil mean deceiver, right? And you ask the people now, like, who deceiving the whole world? You know, when they get them the answer, they're saying who they're not saying who it is, right? But when they come back now to showing them, hey, well, you have to stay away from them thing. But what the white man doing and all too is like taking all these sports and all these television. So when you're watching television now, you're seeing white and black communicating, white and black officer, then white and black marrying. So and then after now, so you're pointing the point now in your head now, right? Hey, look how good we is with these people. But when you go on your outside and tell them, hey, who the people deceiving you, they're not doing. But when they're thinking back now, the thing is like all these things they're using for you not to break away from the white man. So they're using sports, they're using television. Then after now coming in with all the education, degree, and all these things again to like update. Not to break away and not because they're not saying knowing that the white man is the devil itself.
Yeah.
But they move away, they're all around him.
Yeah, Barry, go ahead.
Yeah, so let's start to Officer Shah saying basically the only love you see what it is portrayed, which is a deception, is in movies. So we show you a white man or a black man, but in real life, them always killing us. We always trying to love them by going to Christian church and saying on with them, but in real life, them always killing us. You understand? So people are come out of that deception.
Yeah, and realize they're always killing us. Shah, give me Matthew 25 and 32. Matthew 25 and 32. Right? It's like sister pop some East Indian was saying all lives matter, not black lives matter. And, some sister was telling me the whole discussion she was saying I sounding racist. I shouldn't sound racist. Some kind of things. And so I let you know black people are racist. If black people was racist, we would not be in this situation. But it's because we love the other races so much. You understand? That is why they could abuse us and use us. That's why when we marching or rioting, white man could come into we march for his agenda and burn down police station and make it look like it was we. when it's really white people doing it. But if he was racist, you are telling white people, hey, leave the damn march, you don't want to here at all. But we are allowing them to come in the march and they're making us look bad now. Because them burning down the stores and making it look like it was us.
Right.
Yeah,
And so like yes, so just as you're bringing all that, the perfect example now is with these Ku Klux Klan skinheads and then when they went up on the Capitol.
Right.
The Capitol Hill. They didn't see no black people in that match. Them with the guns and everything. No, them didn't ask them to come and hey, well let me join to match. I just drawing reference as an example. So wherever all these other nations, wherever they're doing, they just do it by themselves. They don't intermarriage as you say, or bring in any other nation with them. They just want to be, to the forefront. So people can hear the plight.
Yeah, they just want to be to the forefront. And so again, just like when there was marching or when the white man dropped bombs in Black Wall Street, no black person wasn't marching with them then.
Right.
You understand? But because black people are not racist, and that is why we're in this situation we're in now. You understand? Black people are not racist, that is why we're in this situation we're in now. If he was racist, we would have never been in this situation. You understand? If he was racist, but we're not racist. You understand? We're racist to our own self. You understand? Because why? During slavery, the white man pushed that into the brain. You understand? Push that doctrine down. Love the other race and them. But all our own, don't love all our own. You bring skin complexion into it to make you fight over skin complexion and all. You understand? See, the lighter skin slave, I was reading up an article with in Trinidad slavery. Right? But of course, this slavery was the same slavery across the world. Right? But in Trinidad, the lighter skin slave, they used to have them in doing, how to say it, less hard work. They used to have them as domestic workers. So they used to be in the house, working in the house. While the other darker skin slaves used to be outside in the cotton field, getting whipped. But even so, in the same article, it said, even though some of the slave masters used to treat some of the slaves better, there were still animals and they and all used to run away from slavery.
Right.
You understand? But from since slavery is the white man who really push all that skin color. Once he's a lighter skin slave, you're more better, or you could be accepted in life. But once you're darker, they ain't gonna accept you. This is slavery that started at Yesha. Go ahead.
Okay, so that more like this white man doctrine
Willie Lynch.
Doctrine that he was doing, like separating making the dark skin slaves go against the like colored slaves and them things to show you the separation to keep you from one another. You're using all them different methods and things.
Right, yeah. So and of course Willie Lynch just say it ain't really real, but the format of it is real. Right? The format of it is real. So how we had the stays and how it does treat we now. Because even in the same way Lynch just say that Willie Lynch, they say the slave master used to when they used to make the children, they used to psychologically make the woman and them, when they have children, to teach their children to always obey the slave master. Because if you don't obey the slave master, you go end up dying. So as a way to humble the slaves and not make them riot. So that way it was about. So yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead with the scripture.
Matthew 25 and verse 32.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Matthew 25 and verse 32. And behold, him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
Yes, yes, Shalom, yeah, no, lying, that's sorry. Okay. 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 Sure, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 32. And behold, him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them from one another, as the shepherd divided his sheep from the goat.
That is what? That is
Verse 32.
that verse 32. Let me hear 33.
Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left.
Right, so Christ is going to separate all nations, one from another. You understand? That is what's going on. So what we're supposed to be doing right now is supposed to be separating from all those heathen nations. That is what we're supposed to do. Right, so that's what we're supposed to be doing, separating from all those heathen nations. You understand? So when white people want to come in to we right? So that is what we're supposed to be doing, separating from all those heathen nations. So when this East Indian come online and saying she don't want to hear about Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, you understand? We shouldn't be listening to her, because it has some black people who listen to her and saying yes, all lives matter, but they don't get fooled already. You understand? They don't go and get fooled already. We're supposed to be separating. But Christ said when he's returning, he is going to separate all nations, one from amongst each other. So who feel when Christ returns is going to be holding hands and everybody eating cookies and cream, saying kumbaya? That is not going to happen. Christ is going to separate everybody. You understand? That is what he said. Give me Matthew 10 to the 4. Matthew 10 to the 4. And then somebody else hold Amos 9 and 8.
Matthew 10 and verse 34. Think not, I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Alright, so Christ says, think not that I come to send peace on earth. Right? He didn't come to send peace, but a sword. Right? That is what Christ come to bring. He didn't come to bring peace, a sword. You understand? So again, all those who feel when Christ coming, all races going to come together, hold hands and sing kumbaya, that's a lie. Christ is coming to bring a sword. Christ is coming. Where does with a sword?
Lick off head.
Right? Yeah. Lick off head. Fight. Kill. You understand? That is what he does do with a sword. Fight. That's what Christ is coming to do. You understand? And the ones who need truth, the ones who need I.S.U.P.K, Christ is going to come and we're going to be at his side. We're going to be the ones protected. You understand? The ones who don't die out, the other heathen nations who don't die out, they're going to be our slaves. You understand? That's basically what it is about. You understand? Yeah, what do you want Amos? Amos 9 and 8.
The book of Amos 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Right, so the Lord says, read what you want on top? Read it over again.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I...
Right, where's the sinful kingdom? Where's the sinful kingdom?
sinful kingdom today would be America.
Right? Yes, America is the sinful kingdom because, of course, you all know that all kingdoms sinful, right? Russia sinful, China sinful, right? All kingdoms sinful, right? But so, right? We know all kingdoms sinful. China, Russia, Japan, all kingdoms sinful, right? But this said the sinful kingdom. America is the sinful kingdom, right? I believe it was the president of Apple or Samsung was saying he's a homosexual, and because of that, I think it's Russia banned either the Apple phones or Samsung phones from Russia because he was saying the president is a homosexual, right? That doesn't mean that Russia is not a sinful kingdom. Russia is a sinful kingdom. But the sinful kingdom is America because America promoting all sorts of homosexuality, bestiality, just not in my pass it off for pedophilia. Or America is the sinful kingdom. Right? So you say, behold, the read over again, just that top part. Right?
Book of Amos 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right? The eyes of the Lord is upon the sinful kingdom. Right? The eyes of the Lord is upon America right now. Right? What America wants to do. If America feel that their powers will fall, like how Rome fall and Greece fall, you know, and all those other big countries fall, America is going to fall too. You know, and we see what's going on in America right now. Right? Riots, protests, white people killing, all kind of terrorist things white people doing, white people going in churches and shooting up people. You know, and the Lord is watching America. You know, and all those white people killing black people innocently who unarmed. You understand? The Lord is watching the sinful kingdom. You understand? The eyes of the Lord is upon the sinful kingdom. You understand? And again, of course, all eyes just are built up to World War III. Right? I think I've got time to go through all right. Right? So again, of course, Germany. Right? World War One, I think that was in 1912 or 1914. So World War One, right? So yeah, 1912, 1914, World War One. Right? So Germany was in World War One. Somebody hold Isaiah 13 and 17. Right? So Germany was in World War One, right? After World War One, because Germany was one of the biggest major countries, right, that lost World War One, right? The other countries taxed Germany, right? So when the other countries taxed Germany, they taxed them because of their role in World War One. That is why they end up taxing Germany, right? So it had other countries like Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, the Ottoman Turkish Empire. Those were the central powers, right? So after World War One, Germany was tax heavy. Austria, Hungary, they split up. They became two independent countries, which was Austria and Hungary. Right? The Ottoman Empire, they was done away with. Right? Let's have a sidebar with the Ottoman Empire. Baphomet. If you all know what about Baphomet, I think during the Crusades, the Catholics and the Ottoman Empire, right? The Ottoman Empire was Muslim, right? And the Catholics, they had a war during the Crusades, and the Catholics drew a picture of Muhammad, right? But they drew him as a goat, right? Because it was war in the Muslim and Christian. the dream as a goat with his foot upwards, right? And during the years going by, words started to get bastardized, right? When the words started to get bastardized, right, they call the picture Baphomet, right? There was really a picture of Muhammad, they drew Muhammad as a goat, right, to mock the Muslims and the Catholics, right? During the years, words get bastardized. That's how they started calling it Baphomet, right? And then they started to say, you know, Muhammad, he was Muhammad, he's Satan. That's what I try to say. I try to say Muhammad, he's Satan. Right? When he was started to get baptized, just call it Baphomet. Say Muhammad, he's Satan. Right? So that's how Baphomet come about. With the Crusades, with the war with the Ottoman Empire and the Catholics. Right? So it was just a picture of Muhammad who they draw and they call it Baphomet. Right? So World War One again, you know, people suffered in poverty in Germany after World War One because remember it was tax heavy. Because of the Germany's rule in World War One, it was tax heavy. Right, so now because of all the money was taken from it, right? Just all of the money was taken from Germany. The bankers had the money, right? The people in the banks had the money, and the people who the bankers and them who was Jewish people, they all had the money, right? So, right, yeah, right. So people they suffered in poverty in World War One in Germany, right? Because all of it was taken away from them because of the tax, right? But the bankers had the money. The bankers was Jewish people. The politicians was Jews. They had the money. The people who owned the Diamond District, the media company, all those people was Jewish people. So Hitler was this poor kid growing up in Germany, right? He started to hate the Jews, of course, because, you know, he's seen these Jews and them who own the Diamond District and them, they had the money, but the other poor people in Germany didn't have it. So Hitler started to have this hate for the Jewish people, right? These white people who call themselves Jews. Hitler started a hatred for them. He had this hatred for the Jews. Right, so Hitler, he started this political movement in Germany with the Jews as the enemy. You know, so Hitler, he was like, you know, you poor people of Germany, right? Those people in the Jews and them, they are rich and they're making you poor, right? You poor because of those Jews and them, and we have to get rid of these Jews. That's how Hitler was like. So, you know, Hitler, he built up the army in Germany. He take everything from the Jews, right? All the Jews have put everything in his hands. Boom, World War II start. America and Russia defeated Germany. Boom, World War II finish, right? So again in World War I, it had other countries that did not exist. Right? It had countries that did not exist in World War I, like Poland, Croatia, etc., you know, which make up those countries. Right? Those countries like Poland and stuff happened after World War I. So, you know, but of course there were small little countries and they was dependent on other countries. Right? So the other countries control them. You know, like Russia or NATO. Right? Those other big countries control them. Right? So that's just a rundown of, you know, World War I with Hitler and Germany and stuff like that. So give me Isaiah. Who are the scripture? Isaiah 13?
What?
17. Right? I had talked about this the last time, so you just go run through this and then go into the rest. Yeah.
Isaiah 13 and verse 17.
Right.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
That is 17, right?
Come.
Right, so okay. So, okay, right. Persia and the Medes, that is Iran, right? Right, our brought out the last time, Persia and the Medes, that is Iran. Of course, you know, the Lord, He is going to stir them up. Right? All that bombing going on there right now, He's going to stir them up. You know, the gold and silver. Right? America cannot buy Iran anymore. Right? You know, Obama and Iran, the money to stop making nuclear weapons. Right? They tell Iran nuclear deal. Right? That Obama had paid Iran money to stop making nuclear weapons. Right? But after that, Trump, he came. And you know, Iran didn't want to do no deals anymore. Right? So that's what's going on with them. Right? But the Persia and the Medes, that is Iran. Alright, go ahead.
Verse 14?
No, 14, 18.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Verse 18. Isaiah 13 and verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of thy womb.
Right, so the bows is talking about the missiles, right? The missiles, right, shall kill every man, pregnant woman, child. Go ahead, continue to read it.
And they shall have no pity on the fruit of thy womb. Their eye shall not spare children.
Right, that is 18.
Yeah, come on.
Right, so the bows is the missiles, right? So they won't have no pity on pregnant women, children. They won't have pity on nobody. Right, go ahead, 19.
Verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees, the excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right, so Babylon as well. When I say Babylon, what are you talking about?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm Barrett.
Babylon the Great, which is America.
Right, America. Right, I believe when they hear Babylon or Egypt, it's talking about America. Right? So yeah, so Barrett, they talk about America, right? So America is beautiful. You know, with all the mansions and them around, you know, places that never close, you know, everybody wants to go to America. You know, it's this beautiful place. Right? You know, this beautiful kingdom. Right? That never sleeps. Right? That's how it is going to be. Right? Just like when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, it was fire and dust. Everything is going to get destroyed. Right? That is how it's going to be. Just like how when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, fire, brimstone, dust. That is how it's going to be. Go ahead, verse 20.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Right.
Neither shall.
Right, so people won't live there anymore. It won't be inhabited. Right, go ahead, time more on that 20.
Yeah, can. Neither there shall the Arabians pitch tents there.
Right, so that is it, 20. Alright, so the Arabian won't pitch tent there, meaning they won't get a how to say it, a stop in America to buy or sell like in the gas station they own. Right? They're not going to be pastors, right? Or colleagues, professors, right? None of those shepherds will fold it. Right? So that Arabian that's talking about won't pitch tent there, meaning they won't get a stop in America to buy or sell like in a gas station. Right? That's what they're talking about. Right? Because those Arabs and then they some of them own the gas stations. Right. Go ahead, Tamo.
Neither shall the shepherds make their fools there.
Is it?
Can.
Right, so yeah, neither shall the shepherds make their folds there. Right? So then, the pastors, right? There's not going to be a pastor, or colleague profession. None of those shepherds will fold in. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 20, verse 21.
Yeah.
Verse 21. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there.
Right? The wild beasts. This is talking about the wild beasts will be there. Right? If it have any more houses, animals will live in them. Right? And owls, the butterflies will dance there. That's what we're talking about, right? The wild beasts. Right? That is it for 21, right?
Come.
Is that 22?
Verse 22. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and the dragon in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
Right, so the dragon is talking about like a Komodo dragon, right? Or a big lizard. Right? A big lizard. Right? Or a crocodile. A big lizard just as big as a crocodile. Right? That's what I'm talking about, right? It's just going to be lizards that huge. Right? That is going to happen. Someone give me Psalms 55 and 20. Yeah, go ahead.
Psalm 55 and verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. You know?
Like 20, anybody understand that? Anybody? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm by it.
And now he put forth his hands to those that be at peace with him. That will go into like what he do to the native Indians and them. There was a peace when he came into the land and he destroyed them, and that will also go in even to like what going on with Venezuela. You realize our country have plenty natural resources you want it, so you label the leaders a drug dealer, you bring up false charges against them because you want to basically destroy the leader and get the natural resources.
Right, yeah, that is basically about it, right? Or okay, Iran was supposed to be at peace with America with the nuclear deal that Obama had did with Iran, right? But when Trump came in, Trump put his hands at them of who's supposed to be at peace, right? With him, you understand? It's basically like about that, right? So Obama made this deal with Iran, a nuclear deal, right, to make them stop doing nuclear weapons, to escalate all the nuclear weapons that they're building up and whatever. Trump came in and he put his hand at them, what's supposed to be at ease with them. So I'm putting sanctions, more sanctions on them and stuff like that. Right, so yeah, that is basically about it. You want to say something?
Yeah,
go ahead.
The last part, right, he had broken his covenant.
Yeah.
Basically, that is the way of the Esau, so-called white man. It's like he made 300 and something treaties, peace treaties with the Native American, and never keep one. That is the way.
Yeah, that is how you just do. Right, I believe even in here now, what they were saying in the Wahoo Nation, they had the right treaties for them to get land, and the white man broke all of that, never get them none. They had to fight to get the land. You understand? So he put his hand and fought at them that's supposed to be at peace, right, and with him, and broke his covenant. Alright, so yeah, go ahead, verse 21.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Alright, so the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right, I believe it was the mayor in New York City I was saying today. And I believe it was the mayor in New York City he was talking about, his words, it was smooth like butter. That this crime, it's bad, it shouldn't be like this. What those people did was wrong. But he don't really mean none of that. In his heart, his war, he mean. And he's a white man. So if people don't protest, he don't come out and say anything? No. But his words, when people hear it, they'll be like, yeah, boy. They will see, yeah, I feel it has some good white people. You understand? Yeah, so
yeah, just as we bring it out, so he also mentioned, he's standing with the protesters.
Right.
So he in agreement with them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying that now, just as you say,
Mm-hmm.
it will look like it has some people who white oppressors,
Mm-hmm.
white oppressors,
Mm-hmm.
who standing on the side.
Right. Yeah, that is basically what it's about, But they're not on my side. And they just want to use us, as the scriptures say, do hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And that is basically what it's about. Continue on there. Yeah.
His words were softer than oil, but yet they were drawn swords.
Right, but yet were they drawn swords. You understand? It's war they want. They want to fight us, kill us out, because it's not now this thing going on. It's years, hundreds of years. This thing going on right now. You understand? When the white man he leave Trinidad, he left the East Indians and them to further afflict us. You understand? That's what the white man did. You understand? East Indians and them came here in 1845. They saw the oppression of what we was going through. And they did nothing about it. They said, well, to hell with them, you understand? Yes, Mr. White Man, give me the land, give me the acres of land here. Yes, I go work, you give me money, put me in a school and develop a thinking. Yes, Mr. White Man, we could do that. To hell with them, Israelites who being enslaved. All live in Trinidad, Mr. White Man, don't worry. We as the East Indians, we will continue afflicting the pain upon them. Just teach us how you do it, and we will continue to do it. And the white man teach them. You understand? The white man teach them. You understand? That is basically what it's about. Yeah,
so going straight back to the post you see on Facebook with the East Indian,
right.
She do with the Black Lives Matter, wherever the case may be. Go straight back into that, just as we
Yeah.
So they don't really care about black
lives. They don't really care about blacks and Hispanic. They don't care about that. You understand? The white man pay them. So everybody have an agenda. So yeah, somebody give me Amos 5 and 18. Amos 5 and 18. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Right, woe. Woe means destruction. Right, so the prophet Amos saying, woe or destruction unto you that desire the day of the Lord. You understand? I know that people saying, 40 years, they're hearing this. They're hearing Christ will come, they're hearing the Lord will come back. And he ain't coming back. They really saying that because they want it to come back because they're going through pain and suffering. You understand? They're going through pain and suffering. You understand? But of course, it had the priests and prophets here saying, hey, get in class and learn the scriptures. Because they desiring that day to come. But when that day come, it is destruction and disaster. You understand? So woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord to come. You desire the day of the Lord to come, but you still eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You understand? That day is not a good day. It's not a nice day. It's going to be a frightening day. You understand? It's going to be a very frightening day. It's going to be the earth, as I said before, the earth is going to smell very bad, because there's going to be a lot of defecation and urination all over the face of the earth when that day returns. It ain't gonna be a nice day, it's going to be a horrible day. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. You understand? Go ahead.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Right, when I said darkness, what are you talking about? The day of the Lord is darkness.
So like I said,
Yeah, my card.
is it talking about great sorrow?
Sorrow could be a word, but I wouldn't use that in this for darkness.
Like I said, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Like the year of the Lord is more like darkness, like a time where people don't really have avenues to turn to. Everybody looking for some type of solution, something to run to, but they're confused. You know, it's dark time, so they come like the healthcare system down. You know, the shelters and them down. They have no focus on the street, them kind of thing. They have rapings, lootings, riotings, all the different things like happening, but on a bigger scale. Darkness and light is gloomy times. Like what black people is talking.
Right, I'll take that one. You understand? Confusion. Right, there will be a lot of confusion, you know. People are going to be lost. They won't know what to do. They won't know where to go. You understand? And not light. You know, it's going to be darkness. Not light. People won't know what to do. They won't know where to go, who to go to, what we should do. Should we you know, before, when they're not confused, they know what to do. They know, all right, I'm in school now, I have to go primary school, then secondary school, come out, get a good education. The thing going to be now that everybody going to be confused. They won't know what to do. You understand? Yeah, I'm Barrett.
And the not light goes into what we traditionally know today, what the Christians is portrayed. When you see Christ come back, you see a lamb in his hand, you see nice bright light shining down, angels, white angels with wings, and things like that. So, showing you it's not going to be that, but it is basically portrayed.
Yeah, how the churches are portrayed, it thing will be that. Right? So the darkness is confusion. The thing about no light. It don't have no light, so we won't know, all right, this is what we have to do, this is what we have to do. The thing about none of that. It is going to be darkness, confusion. Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's another thing where where you're talking about the portraying to the portraying and all too many animals. We're going to walk with lion and tiger and all them things too now.
You want to walk with them? I mean, some people just walk with them, but I mean, how the Christian and them portraying it to be, yeah, think it'll be like that walk. You know? Who was reading there? Yeah.
Verse 19?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him.
Right, so as if a man flee from a lion, so this just means death. That is what it just means, death. Right, so you're running from a lion, saying, all right, thinking you escape, boom, you're running to a bear. You understand? The death is sure. So the day of the Lord, your death is sure. You understand? That just means you're running from this land thinking, all right, I escape now. Boom. You run into a bear. You understand? So go ahead.
As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Alright, so you know, so there's a twofold thing here. There's twofold. So you know, he going into the house now. You know, this person going into the house. You understand? Thinking, alright, I'm in a house, I escape. Lean on the wall to get a little comfort or a little ease. You know, you're tired. A serpent or a snake bite him. And of course, it won't be a normal snake, but not poisonous. This will be a poisonous snake. You understand? So that is show. You understand? So again, of course, serpent again twofold. You know, the us who like to have heathen friends, you know, or you know, who love to have these heathen people among us. You know, we love these heathens and them so much. You know, we running, we escaping because we're confused. We don't know what to do. Right? Of course, these people who could be in the world, right? So you know, these brothers and them who in the world who have these heathen friends, go to these heathen friends now. So right, you know, we escape them finally. Leaning on the heathen friend, some white friend, some African, you know, and some heathen friend that they have, thinking that, you know, they go support them. You know, there's a war come to support them. And that heathen friend will go bite them on the back, kill them. You understand? In order for them to try and escape, the heathen friend will kill them. In order for them to escape. That's what is serpent. You understand? That's what it says in Genesis. More subtle than any other beast on the field. The serpent was more subtle. So you go into this heathen friend now, this serpent, thinking this heathen friend will give you some sort of comfort. But the heathen friend is a serpent. It bites you on your back, kill you. So what is on? Yeah, go ahead.
Even as the protests go on now, where they're talking about, especially those white people, say all lives matter. It only matter until there's a choice between you and them. Then they will say, well, you know, their life matter more than yours. When that situation reach.
Yeah. When that situation reach, they will say that. We life matter more than yours. They will say that. You understand? So this is why they should be listening to the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K under Commandant General YAHANNA. You understand? Because only we alone had the truth since 1969. You understand? We have been teaching the truth about the Bible. The Bible is not what the Christians say it is. The Bible is not what them other fake camps and them or fake Israelite people and them saying it is. We alone had the truth since 1969. We have been teaching that. You understand? So yeah, go ahead. Verse 20.
Okay, verse 20.
Somebody go Joel 2, Joel chapter 2 verse 1.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Even very darkness and no brightness in it.
Alright, so shall not the day of the Lord darkness be darkness and not light. You understand? There's going to be confusion. The people ain't gonna know what to do. They ain't gonna have no light. You understand? They ain't gonna have no light. So it's not like people are gonna know what to do. There's going to be darkness, confusion. They won't know where to go, who to turn to, or what to do. They won't know nothing. Right? Even very dark. Right? Meaning you ain't going. It's so dark you ain't going to see nothing. You ain't going to see nothing. You know, people are saying, you know, at the end of the tunnel there's going to be a bright light. You understand? Well, no brightness. There's going to be no brightness. There's going to be no hope. Right? Nobody can see things coming then. Nobody can see things coming back to how it was. Nobody can see things coming back to normal. Right? Because there's going to be so much of death, so much nuclear bombs. Right? So much murders, killings. You understand? All these bombs, fire, brimstone. There's going to be so much. You understand? It's going to be very, even dark. How do you say it? Even very dark. You understand? They ain't going to see nothing. They ain't going to see things going back to normal. There's going to be so much people won't see things going back to normal. First is so much. That is the day of the Lord when it returns. You understand? It's not going to be a nice day. It's going to be a horrible day. And all this protests, all this rioting, looting, all this sanctions America paying on countries, you understand? All that just build up to World War II. All that just build up. Who have it? Joel?
Joel chapter 2 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and song an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, so blow ye the trumpet in Zion and song an alarm in the holy mountain. What are you talking about it? Blow ye the trumpet. The trumpet is a warning. Right? The holy mountain will be what? Or Zion. Right? Yeah.
That be Jerusalem.
That is Jerusalem or Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. Right, so it's saying here, blow the trumpet in Zion, warn the children of Israel, song that he did an alarm in my holy mountain. That is what the prophet Joel is saying here. Right, song an alarm. Right, so go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is near at hand.
Right, so let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, it is near at hand. Right, let everybody tremble, let everybody know, hey, World War III is coming on, World War III is coming. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, World War III is coming. Come in class, learn the scriptures, learn the breakdowns, learn that you cannot be eating pork. Imagine today people still eating pork. People still don't know that pork unlawful. You understand? People still eating shrimp. You understand? I tell somebody how they can't eat shrimp, they say now but shrimp is too nice. I had to eat it. You understand? Yeah, Barrett.
So they touch on that pork the other day. I was coming to class, so I was waiting on one of the brothers on the corner later to come down here and tell a fella to come. So he asked by the barbecue place if it have any barbecue pork.
Right.
So another man tell him, well, nah, they say they stop cooking the barbecue pork, they only have chicken, he shoots, yes?
Yeah, he still and that's our brother, right?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. So, the day of the Lord is darkness, there's some people, his somebody who are known as his son allergic to shrimp. End up in hospital because he eat shrimp. Well, I thinking he would have stopped giving shrimp, but he's saying he want to gradually give him it. So he could probably he's saying probably was an old shrimp or a bad shrimp either. So even though people are allergic to it, people still forcing the children to eat it, even though they're allergic to it. That's how sad it is. But the day of the Lord is destruction.
So I guess it.
Yeah, I'm your card.
Forcing his son to sin. And they're saying maybe the judgment that the Most High is to come upon him, that forcing his son to eat that and the son died. Because allergies are a serious thing. Understand? Especially for some like shell food.
Right.
His son could potentially die, so you threatening your son's life just for you to feel good.
Right.
Like eating pork or shrimp or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like that, how messed up your mind. So you threatening the life of your child to make yourself feel comfortable for him to eat something that is unnecessary.
Right. Yeah, that is basically just about it. And of course, all this started in slavery, because in slavery we had the Bible, but the white man never gave us the book to read. He taught us what he wanted to give us. You understand? He would take out certain parts and say, the Bible says you have to start as slaves, so you go and bow down. But the white man won't give us the parts that will make us say we are the children of God, and this is what we're not supposed to eat. This is what we're supposed to eat. So now when that happening now, white people won't believe in the Bible anymore, because they say, all right, if everybody in the Bible white, and if a white man enslaved me, I don't believe in the Bible anymore. So they go and believe in some of that doctrine, and some believe you could be a homosexual, believe you could do all kind of evilness, force it onto the children. That is what going in slavery. That's why Christ called the white man the devil, a deceiver, a slanderer. You understand? So again, 1969, the priests and the prophets came in and we were speaking the truth about the Bible. Shah, you was going to say something?
Yeah, don't when we went the native Indian thing in Arima, right? Remember when it finished and all to the Catholic Church, when it finished the Pope did lunch, and one of the meals was pork, that pork, chicken and fish. So
Right.
the Catholic Church indulged in it 100%.
Yeah, they're encouraging it because of course Christianity is not the Bible, right? Christianity is not the Bible, right? So again, since 1969, the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K started to teach the truth about the Bible, right? It all started by a man named Abba Bivens, you understand, who got the spirit of the Lord upon him and knew a lot about slavery, you understand, and started to teach the truth. When you read that Bible, you say, wait now, but people in this Bible here, they're black. The people who are on the mantle, because I know if all saw that Captain Shapana Pash, he was talking about Superman. The white man got Superman from the Bible, right? With the prophet Isaiah, Elisha, right? Elisha who had on a mantle, and mantle is a cape, right? That was all that where they got Superman from. The white man read our records and said, but these records is like no other records on the face of the that he read, and created movies and things about the Bible. Talk about as that Batman, I think it's Matrix and all that, they read the Bible and got those things from. Superman is one of them. Right, so yeah, so blow the trumpet, you understand? Warning Israelites, World War III is coming. And they follow don't get in class. They follow don't get into the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA, right? We live here in Trinidad and Tobago as well. That destruction is going to come upon us. The chariots won't save us. You understand? So get in class. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, the other races, they ain't had to come in class because the Bible wasn't written for them. Right? They could just go and the Lord will send his fire and brimstone, kill them out. The ones who will die, they could be our slaves. Right, so yeah, verse 2. Somebody else hold Matthew 24 and 6. Yeah, you know verse 2 and that 2 was not reading.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of cloud and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains.
Right, so of course the darkness is the confusion, right? The people won't know what to do. They won't know where to go. It'll be confusion, darkness. Gloominess is the sadness, the depression, the mourning, you understand, the death, all of that, right? When they say it's cloudy and dark, sadness, cloudy and dark, sadness. Right, so yeah, continue.
A great people and a strong.
Right, a great people and a strong is talking about all these nations, but all these nations are talking about great people and a strong. All these nations is going to bring strong armies to the Middle East like we have never seen before. Continue to read it, I'm sure. Great people and strong.
A great people is strong. There had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Right, so let's talk about the nations, right? All these nations is going to bring strong armies to the Middle East. All of them are going to bring strong armies to the Middle East, and it's going to be like we never seen it before. Even the years to come, generations, it'll be like we'll never see this before. Right, so all the France, Germany, Poland, Britain, all of them going to bring strong armies to the Middle East. You understand? Give me one. Who are the Matthew 24 and 6.
Book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right? So Christ is saying these will happen in the last day. Right? Because his disciples was coming and they asking quietly, Christ, how you gonna know what will happen in the last days, boy? What's the signs that will happen in the last days? You know, and Christ let them know, all right. Take heed that no man deceive you. Right? From when you shall come in my name, saying Christ, and they shall deceive many. Right? Christian preachers and them deceiving many people. Right? I believe some pastor was saying when George Floyd died, you know, when he reached in heaven, God say, you could breathe now. You understand? That is something to he can't go in the riot and say that. You understand? They might kill him if you go in the riot and say that. You understand? What you go say? People are angry already. That what it is you go say? No. You understand? But anyway, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right? See that you be not troubled. Right? Of course, the ones who is not troubled is the ones who is in the truth. Right? But if you is not in the truth, you're going to have to be troubled. Right? If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you're going to have to be troubled. But the ones who is in the truth, Christ saying, see that ye be not troubled. Right? That's what Christ saying. So the ones who is in truth, be not troubled. Right? Continue from there. You can.
Verse 7.
No, continue the middle part. It's 6. Yeah.
See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right? The end is not yet. When you say the end is not yet, what are you talking about? What Christ mean? The end is not yet. Young as well.
The end of this wicked kingdom and his return.
Yes, that is what you're talking about. The end of the wicked kingdom, right? Or the end of our oppressors' rulership. Right? He's not talking about the earth. He's not talking about the planet Earth. Right? So the end of our oppressors' rulership. That is what he's talking about. The end. Right? So yeah, go ahead.
Verse 7.
Somebody hold Joel chapter 3, verse 1.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right, so nation shall rise against nation. Right, so there will be race wars. Kingdom against kingdom. Countries going to fight other countries. Right, so as you can see that now, you know, Venezuela and Iran done war in America already. Do not hamper the tanks that is going to Venezuela. They don't want them already. Or else there's war. And you could also see the race wars that is going on with white people amongst black people. Look what's going on in America. With the riots. You understand? The white police and them killing black people. You understand? What's going on in Guyana? With the Indians and them and the black people. You understand? There's race wars going on right now. What Christ said, don't be troubled when they hear these rumors of wars and stuff like that. Don't be troubled. Right? That's what Christ is saying. So,
continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right? Alright, so yeah, the famine. When they talk about the famine, what are they talking about the famine? Yeah, go ahead.
They're talking about like economic crisis, where food and stuff will be scarce because of economic crisis, and also like how you have the plagues of locusts destroying agriculture and all different countries like India and Pakistan, China, and all over the world. You don't hear that?
Right, with the famine, yeah. So yeah, so the lack of food, right? Lack of food. Yeah, that is the famine, right? Also, too, famine is I believe it's in Ezekiel chapter 3, I believe. Where they talk about when he eat this roll, it's talking about the knowledge. So, it's food. So, knowledge is food too. Right? In other words, knowledge is food too. So, that's what they're talking about with famine too. So, it's lack of food to eat and knowledge too. So, people ain't going to be eating. They will be hungry, starving. And then they won't understand. They won't understand why they're going through all this. Why they're going through all of this. You understand, people? So, apart from them being starving from food, they want to know about why all this happening, why this going on. They ain't going to have the knowledge to us to know why this is going on. You understand? So, they're going to be starved physically and mentally. Right? So, pestilence, same thing, and earthquakes in diverse places. Pestilence with the sickness, COVID-19. Right? I believe China say it has some new strand of the COVID-19 or all kind of thing. Right? So all that is going on. Pestilence, I believe they also say in India. No, that is not that will be a plague and not pestilence, a plague. Right? So yeah, with this COVID-19, that pestilence is coming out. Right? I think they're saying Trinidad that they import one person and that person have the coronavirus. Right? So yeah, that is basically what's going on now. Earthquakes, it has some places. There's always have earthquakes every day, but it has some places that's hardly have earthquakes. Right? Those places where it's hardly have earthquakes is going to have earthquakes in those diverse places. Right? So yeah, so who are the one is Joel, I say? Yeah, go ahead and Joel.
The book of Joel 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Right, so yeah, the time, right? So for behold, in those days and in that time, when he shall bring about the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem again, right? Right, so let's talk about that time period where he was in captivity. So go ahead.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right, so Jehoshaphat, right, that is the Middle East. Right, go ahead.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land.
Right, but when he said he will plead with them, what are you talking about?
The plea that they're talking about in the book of Isaiah, it has a scripture that tells you, by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
You will plead all flesh, yeah. So how he's going to do that?
That is killing.
Killing, right. Killing, that is how the Lord will to plead with them, or destroying them. Right? So when someone, when someone gets off the streets, there's usually gets off the streets when the Lord done destroyed them. You understand? That's how the Lord has plead with you, by destroying you. Right? He's not going to say, all right, I'm going on his knees and say, oh gosh, don't do that again now, oh gosh. Now the Lord going to plead with you by destroying you. Right? So, yeah. Alright. So yeah, what was I doing now? Right.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Right, so again, of course, right, so of course, we were scattered all across the face of the earth, right? because of the punishments of the Most High, right? We were scattered all across the face of the earth, right? They have cast lots for my peoples, you know, casting lots, like, you know, you go in those places where you just hire you up on the altar and you go say, $2, going $3, you know, cast lots for my people. Right, that's what we're talking about, right? And I've given a boy for a harlot. Right, so all that is talking about all kind of homosexuality thing where there's be forcing on us. They're forcing it on the boys they say here. So the little children, they're forcing homosexuality on us. Sold that girl for wine. Right? So they're trying to make she become a whore. Sold she for wine that they might drink. You understand? So you see where the homosexuality and prostitution comes in from all that slavery. Right? Being enslaved by these nations. Right? Even in the same article I put up that they had us as prostitutes. Right? They had us as prostitutes. That was the job. You understand? And when the so-called white man assured it was both the boy and the girl, they had us prostitutes. Yeah, I'm Tazo.
A good resource to possibly look up. There's a documentary called Goodbye Uncle Tom. We went for about 2 hours and it be actually the same way they actually have them on auction blocks and stuff like that. Actually picking it like it was a movie, you see, the children and they painted them up and them kind of thing like things like carnival and all that. I think I have to pull a clip on that and teach already about the piece.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. I think I saw someone one that one irritated Genie. Yeah, how they had us. You know what I'm saying?
So like I said, Saza was talking about that too. Another thing they used to do, the same thing when coming back to that same thing with the war sex with the men and them, is like the male slaves and them would have disobeyed. And anytime they disobey, they would take gather all the slaves on them and they would take the same male slaves and have sex in front of everybody to show that anytime when they disobey, this will happen and things too. So the was having sex with male slaves and
that's what I say. You know, the white man, you see who started with the pedestry, all that started in Rome, pedestry. Right? The white man. You understand? So again, so all this here is just all these things with America, Venezuela, Iran, that's just the build up. You know, World War 3 is the build up, right? Before they know World War 3 is just a build up where all the nations will come in the Middle East. They'll gather all the armies, all the troops in the Middle East. And as soon as they are about to fight each other, Christ is going to come. So it's just the build up. All the nations will go into that Middle East. As soon as they are about to fight each other, they will see Christ. Christ come down with 200 million angels. All of them go team up now to fight Christ. That is the World War III right there. That is where you have all the nuclear bombs and fire, brimstone. That is the World War III. Alright, so yeah, so where will they go? Verse what? 4?
Verse 4. And yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense?
Right, so what have you to do with me, Tyre and Zidon? Tyre and Zidon was 2 famous African ports in Africa. Right, Tyre and Zidon, 2 famous African ports to doing like trades and stuff like that. Just like how it have Port of Spain here in Trinidad. Tyre and Zidon was 2 famous African ports, right, in Africa. Right, so he's saying here, will you render me a recompense? Right, meaning how will you repay me? This is the Lord saying, and how will you repay me? Right, so go ahead.
Will ye render a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so if you repay me, so the Lord saying, if you repay the Lord is going to repay you swiftly and speedily upon your head. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things.
Right, so so a lot of the things in the Middle East, it was built up, by our riches, right? And we say you have kind of goodly, pleasant things, right? So, and of course, the Lord is going to destroy all that by repaying them. By repaying the heathens, the Lord is going to destroy all of that, right? And of course, it's a twofold. The gold and the silver is the children of Israel as well, too. Right? The gold and the silver is the children of Israel as well. We is the number one in basketball, football, tennis, rapping, singing. We is the number one, right? So of course, that they take us, gold and silver, and carried into our temples, how we are slaves. We is those people. So yeah, go ahead, verse 6.
Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Right, so the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, that is Israel. Right, because the kingdom had split. Right, so Jerusalem was the northern kingdom, and Jerusalem was the northern kingdom. Yeah, Shalom was the third, right, and Judah was the southern kingdom. Right, it was the southern kingdom. Right, so you go ahead. So it's saying here the Africans and them have sold us to the white people, the Grecians and them. Right? The Africans have sold us, the Israelites, to the Grecians, who is the white people and them. Right? Go ahead, verse 7.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them. What do you mean by that? Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them. What do I mean by that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Barrett?
Now going into right now, basically you raising back up the people in all the different places where the I.S.U.P.K reside around the world, bringing them back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, and customs.
Right, so is that what is mostly what he mostly saying is the countries, right? If you read it, he said, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. So for example, when we ran across into Africa, the Africans sold us to the white man, put us on the slave ship and brought us to the Caribbean, Trinidad, Jamaica, Grenada, America, Mexico. In those countries where we were sold to, the Lord is going to raise up out of those countries. That's what he was talking about. Right? So Puerto Rico, all those places, Venezuela, where we were sold to. This where was it? Read it over, Sam.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so recompense meaning to repay. So we was bought to Trinidad, we was bought to Venezuela, Colombia, where we were sold to. The Lord is going to raise us up from there. Right? And the Lord is going to repay them with the destruction that they deserve. Right? So yeah, go ahead.
Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Right, what are you talking about there?
That going into he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yes, that is what we're talking about, yes. That's what we're talking about. Yes. So now the Lord is going to make us be the slave masters and them be the slaves. The Lord said, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Alright? Go ahead.
And they shall sell them to the Serbians.
Right, the Serbians, right? So the Serbians, that is the Japhetic people. Them is the ones who do the who just had the oil and the incense. Japhetic people just had the oil and the incense. So after we get them now as slaves, we're going to sell them back to the heathens. That is economics. That is money. You're going to be rich. That is what's going to happen. Right, so we're going to sell them back to the Serbians and them. You know, so I mean, continue to read it from the Serbians. Go ahead.
To a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it.
Right, for the Lord has spoken it. For the Lord has spoken it. I mean, it's only fair. It is only fair they sold us into slavery. So it's only fair that is the recompense that the Lord said that he would have. Right? It is only fair. You know, they sold us into slavery. They got rich off of it. So now we know when the Lord make us the slave master and them will be the slaves, we go be selling all you know to the Serbians and them. We go be rich. We go have our economics. We go have our might in hand. It's only fair. You understand? That is justice. You understand? It's only fair. That is justice. That's what the Lord say he wants to do. Alright, so yeah, go ahead. Here is now
verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near.
Right, so proclaim this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Right, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men and them. You understand? All those men and them who saying, I supporting this person, I supporting that person. Wake up the mighty men and them. Wake them up. Let them, all the men of war, draw near. Let them come up. You understand? Wake them up. It's time to give up Gentiles. We preparing war. Alright, so yeah, go ahead, verse 10.
Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Alright, beat your plowshares into swords, right? Of course, plowshares for farming. Alright, you know, just plow the land to get food. Right? They're going to take that and turn it into weapons of war. Alright, so no more, you ain't going to plow. You ain't going to use that to farm no more. You're going to take that and turn it into weapons of war. Alright, this is what's going to happen. Continue.
And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Alright, so let the weak say, let those weak countries and them say, hey, I'm strong now against America. Alright, let all those weak countries and them say, I'm strong against America. Look at Iran. Iran's supposed to be a weak country against America. But Iran saying, hey, Iran warning America, do not touch these tankers. You understand? Do not touch it. So the weak countries now saying they're strong. You understand? So, go ahead and verse 11.
Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Right, so you say now gather yourselves together and come, all ye heathens. Right, so the Lord wants all those heathens to come, gather yourselves together, gather around, round about. Come. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Right, so the Lord saying, come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, come to the Middle East. All the heathen round about here to the Middle East. Right? I go and judge all here now. Right? That's what the Lord said. Wake up the heathen, let the heathen waken. Right? Come to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? For the Lord will be there and he will judge the heathen round about. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press.
The sickle, where is that? I believe the sickle is like a long blade. Right. Right, so it's like a long blade. Right, so you see the harvest is ripe, so you know this long blade, cut down plants or whatever it is to cut it, because the harvest is ripe. Right? Yeah, continue from there.
Get ye you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow.
Right, the come get it down, for the press is full. Right, that press is where there's okay, like grapes, you know, they use the press, how grapes they squeeze it, all the juices and them from the grapes will come out. Right, but this press, what the Lord is saying, you know, this press is going to be full of the nation. Right, all those nations. The Lord is going to squeeze it, and their blood is going to come out. That is what he's talking about here, the blood. The fats overflow. Right, just meaning, you know, there's more than enough then. Right, there's more than enough. Right, that he's talking about. Right, there's more than enough. God is going to squeeze those other nations, make their blood overflow. Tell me in that scripture about it.
For their wickedness is great.
Yeah, for the wickedness is great. All the, you know, all the killings, all the rapings, the murders, the lynchings. You know, forcing people to become homosexuals at a young age. The wickedness is great. You understand? That is why God is doing that. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
Right, so multitudes, meaning, you know, the build up. There's going to be more build up. Multitudes, there's going to be more build up over there in the Middle East. And no blacks, Hispanics, or Native Indians should be there in the Middle East. They shouldn't be there in the Middle East when that is taking place. When you see that build up, don't go there. You understand? Right now, the build up is taking place, it's starting to take place. You won't want to be over there when the war starts. You understand? There's going to be multitudes and multitudes. You understand? Here, go ahead.
Verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Yeah, the sun and the moon shall be darkened. What are you talking about it? Right, no leadership. No leadership. You know, you would not know who to turn to. You wouldn't know, you think you'll just be clueless. You're going to be clueless. Who to turn to? There's no leadership. What is going on? Sun and the moon is going to turn to darkness. Right, let's take a this one more. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead. 16.
16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
Right, so roaring out of Zion, meaning, you know, right now we roaring the word out of Zion. You know, we roaring the word of the Lord. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right now, we roaring that word. You see some? Yeah. Go ahead, Barrett.
Of Zion and utterly his voice from Jerusalem.
Right, so yeah, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, right? So of course, right now we're not in Jerusalem. So we is Jerusalem. So we have to utter that voice from every ghetto. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, from every ghetto, we have to speak the word of the Lord. We is the Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
Right, heaven and earth shall shake, meaning the poor people as well as these rich people who in heaven. Right, heaven. Right, of course, there is 4 heavens. One of the heavens is the conditions of rulership. So all these rich people who's millionaires, they are not going to feel it. Not just the poor people are not going to feel it. The rich people, it's some rich people who saying that they dig up some place underground. So when something happen, they ain't going to feel it. Well, all of them go and feel it. The rich people, as well as the poor, are going to feel it. All of them going to shake. And the Lord is going to protect us who's in the school because we keep his laws. That is the hope. Alright, that is the hope. The Lord is going to protect the men and sisters, women and children who are in the school, for we is his hope. Alright, so you'll get some more World War 3 scriptures read down later on. Right? As well as some more Venezuela and America. Right? So again, all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who's protesting right now, we understand your pain, we understand what you're going through. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K, we don't condone rioting and looting. Right? What if you're so angry and so want to do something about it, then get in class. Get into the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? And we will show you how to channel that anger, channel that hurt. We're going to show you how to do it. You understand? Nothing wrong in being hurt or angry. We ain't saying don't be hurt or angry. You understand? Because right now we hurt. We angry at what our black brothers and sisters going through. Dying on the streets every day. We angry. We hurt. The Bible says oppression makes a wise man mad. You understand? We ain't saying don't be hurt or I'm angry. We just saying it have better ways to fix the solution. Rioting and looting ain't going to fix the way of the solution. The white man just using our pain and anger, going into our riot and looting, and the white man, burning down the schools, burning down the police station. So I won't be surprised if the white man burned down some hospital too. You understand? So alright, so let's pass the class over to Prison Officer Tazo.
Right. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. Salakia, they are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission, of course, from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and it's pronounced Ma'aishara. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, alright, it's Friday, the 5th of June, and that's the Feast of First Fruits, alright. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 10 to 22. Alright. Alright, and we're going to remind Akim and Wathem, which means brothers and sisters in the Hebrew. Alright, to check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all the I.S.U.P.K accounts, Instagram, alright, for events and materials, right? If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, right, he wants to start to put in the work of the Lord, Then he start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, and a head down and scarf. And with that, we say imagine, which means to stand. Upon your Kodam, turn and face to east. We say the prayers in the Hebrew, right? This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Lock him out. Ready? Alright. Abanawa, Sheba Shemaya, Kodash, Aya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Tabaha, Radazaka, Aya, Aisha, Ba'aratasa, Bawa, Aya, Bashemaya, Natananaw, Nakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaknanaw, Babatnaw, Kasalatnaw, Babatinaw, Allah, Tabaya Ayanaw, Banasai one, Abal, Awashino, Bayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, Iwalamia, Aman.
In English, what we said was, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. We forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Alright, this is the prayer for the blessings. Alright, for the structure in the school. In the Hebrew, Barakata Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Amakaala, Walahaya, Matazabia Alawapihan, Ha Alawapia, Asaranyam, Ha Kotazanyam, Akieliam, Makwatia, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Wadama.
In English, what we said was, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angel, commanded General Yahanna, the generals, captains, officers, troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it.
Alright, this is the Haka, the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Babakasha, Natananaw, Haka, Rabah, Kalmakala, Kalmanawa, Haka, Lataha, Hamatazariam, Haka, Lakwayam, Mathiam, Haka, Alwakawa, Atamahala, Lagarashan, Bashem, Yahushai, Wadama.
In English, what we said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. Power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Alright, this is the I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, all things living, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force their riches, to enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nation, and their drug dealers, court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam,
Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, Militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinheads, Posikomatasi, Gay Movement, Lesbian Movement, Spies, Workers of Witchcraft, NASA Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying swords and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it.
Alright. This is the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barak Lanah, Shalom, Abiyah, Safaria, Barak, Rapah, Magan,
Kilan Tashika, Kwasi Kobe, all the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth, and all the brothers and sisters in the truth.
Commander General Yohanna, all the generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children, destroyed of Israel, all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, brothers and sisters fighting to come in the truth, all the families of the I.S.U.P.K, all the families of I.S.U.P.K Trinidad, Aitisha, Tazapa, Pataza, Tamar.
Commanding General Yana, General, Captain, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, all the destroyed of Israel, Ayawana, Napash, Shariah, Indian family, Muslim family,
Johnson family.
Commanding General Yohanna, Generals, Captains, Officers, all the troopers, all the students, Kintian family, Oselan family, Philip family, Shankar, Yapa, Para.
Next month.
Commanding General Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, all Israel, Yakal, Matazah, Radah.
Commanding General General, the Captain, the Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, all the destroyed of Israel, all our families. Next month. Commanding General, Captains, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, John family, Alexis family, Ikoto family.
All the brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K. To all the brothers and sisters coming into your truth. Wrong family, Franco family, Zion, Daniela, Wesleyan, Sheila, Jamelia, Nima, Khadijah, Angel, Chantal.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, all the brothers and sisters in Israel fighting to come into the truth, all the brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago, the Bawa, Fisher, Leah,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wadaman.
Right? In English, what we said was Lord,
Lord,
the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield. Protect all of us.
Protect all of us.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Whenever John sound to Mr. Turn, alright, you're going to give the teacher one good salute. Whenever John, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Thumb.
Yajimata, Whenever John, going to give the sisters online after the salute. Whenever John, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Yajimata, class dismissed.